We have been seeing the nature or the characteristics of devotion, Bhakti Lakshanam. And it is said that the nature of devotion is unsullied pure love for God. Ishware paramam prema bhaktihi ityabhidhyate. Paramam prema. It is not attachment, it is not sheer fancy or some preoccupation of the mind. It is not an emotional outburst, it is not a ritual. It is not some conventional puja or arati or singing bhajans. It is love. Love in the form of identification with the Lord. On the other hand, what we have with other things in the world is called asakti, attachment. Asakti vishaya prema deha dara grihadishu. With one's own body, with one's own wife or husband or children and house, etc. That is what we have usually is a reciprocative relationship. Meaning, I do this and you do this to me. And when the person in question, in relationship, fails to do that, I think we have to revisit our marriage. We have to think about it a little more carefully. I think we are not gelling. We are not able to, what do you call that? It doesn't? That's a technical word for that. I don't know, but anyway, let me think about it. What is that word? Not compatible. If you are a computer person. Incompatibility. Our chemistry doesn't match. Why? Because for what purpose you have gone into that relationship is to expect something from that person. Otherwise there will not be relationship there. So in all our, if your car is not running, will you hold on to it? If your house is leaking all over, will you hold on to it? So there is always an expectation which makes the relationship. And when there is an expectation in that relationship, it is not love, it is mere business of attachment. Asakti Vishaya Prema. With respect to things and beings around us for which, with whom or with which we are related to, or for a particular purpose of getting something out of it, in return to which you give something in return. Asakti Vishaya Prema Deha Dara Griha Adishu. So therefore, here, Swamiji Jamananda in his composition caution says, Ahankaram tata swartam tektva saktim grihadishu saha ishvarena tadatmyam paramam prema katyate. Ahankaram, ego, pride, arrogance, balam, and tata swartam, also selfishness, tektva, having given up, in what? Asaktim grihadishu, attachment to things. This does not mean, as last time I clarified, it doesn't mean that, okay, I am done with all of you, I am going. Nothing to do, no more wife or children or house or anything, I am done. No. What one has to give up is ahankar, identification for a selfish purpose, egocentric purpose, selfishness. Ahankaram tata smartam and asaktim tektva, having given up that unhealthy attachment with things like house, etc. Does not mean you no more live in that, but question that very purpose for which you are related there. You love your wife, you love your husband, or you love your husband. The thing is, I say, I love my wife. I want to be my wife. Is that what you mean? Thank God I'm not. I love my husband, but I don't want to be the husband. Jiska hasna band ho gaya. So, I don't want to be. So, my relationship with that person is such that I want him or her to be what she is, and I want the benefit out of it. But with respect to God, it is not let God be what He is, and let me be what I am. No. Sahi Ishwarena Tadatmyam. The very word Tadat means to identify with the Lord, meaning I want to be like that Lord. That is why Paramam Prema. As last time I explained, in any situation, you can behave like a Jiva or you can behave like Ishvara. When I behave like a Ishvara, an individual, I always have my own personal prejudices, my own personal strong opinions. And I would try to prove that, and I try to employ that, I try to express that in every one of my relationships. If somebody denies my opinion, that somebody is not acting according to what I want them to do, my opinion, the way I want, etc., comes so strongly, and therefore, Jiva. When an individual forces the world to behave the way one wants. But Ishvara is one. Being the one compassionate Lord of the universe, He accommodates. If He had to punish us for what we have done so far in our life, we will not be even alive. Is it not that, in spite of all our idiosyncrasies and stupidities, Lord is accommodating us in spite of what we are. Therefore, love in spite of is prema, love because of is attachment. Gurudev used to say, Swami Chinmaya very clearly, I love you because That is called attachment. I love you in spite of who you are. That is called prema. In spite of your stupidities, limitations, whatever you are, I still include you in my life. That is Ishvara prema. For after all, it is his own creation. How can he hate? Our Gurudev had made a beautiful statement. He said, an artist who had painted that beautiful painting can ever hate his own painting. So also, O Lord, you created me. Can you ever hate me? If I realize that the Lord is the one who in this world, apart from all other beings in this world, He is one person who is constantly in love with me. If I realize that, and I come to have the same attitude with everything around the world, then I have identified with the Lord. Saha Ishvarena Tadatmyam Paramam Prema Katyate. Saha Ishvarena Saha, with that Lord, Tadatmyam, Tada Atmanam, that is called Tadatmyam. Tad Atma, that is me. That is called Tadatma. Tadatmyam Soham iti bhava. And he is me. That is called Tadatmyam. That is called Paramam Prema, supreme devotion. So when you go to a temple or any place of worship, you stand in front of the Lord and understand the one there is me, myself. Or he himself is here. That is called Tadatmya. Just like as you do in front of your mirror. Do you think that the one which is seen in the mirror is different from you? No, that is me. Is it not? In the same way, an individual who comes to have that kind of a relationship with that Lord, whichever he worships, that is called Paramam Prema, supreme love. All other things are only attachments. As I said, love because of. Because of means so many things. I want this, I want that from her, I want from this, from him. This expectation causing relationship, or relationship based upon these expectations. And in the absence of which you will not have any more relationship with that thing, that is not love. That is not devotion. In spite of whatever it is, when one comes to have, that is why they say mother's love is most closer to that nature of bhakti. Because irrespective of that nature of that child, because he is exactly like your husband, in spite of that, when you start loving the child, it is closer to devotion. But in the case of a person, a mother loving a child, she loves only that child, nobody else. As much as she would do with that child. But whereas a Ishvara is to everyone the same. That's why in the next verse we see that. Please repeat after me. Ishvara sarva bhutatma sarvadharopi vai tatah kalyane sarva bhutanam ratir bhaktir madottama. Ishvaraha, the Lord is Sarvabhuta Atma. He is the self of all beings. He is the indweller, the inner presence in all living beings. Sarva Adharaha, He is the support of everything. Tataha. Thereafter, an individual engages and enjoys ratihi in what? Sarvabhutanam kalyane. In the welfare of all living beings he engages and enjoys That is Uttama Bhakti. It's called the supreme devotion. On knowing these two, what? Sarva Bhuta Atma Ishvaraha Sarva Adhara. He is the self of all and the support of all. Bhagavan Krishna says in the 13th chapter of Gita, this body is a field. Idam Shariram Kshetram. This body is a field. Every one of us are working in this field. You have a battlefield, your sports field, your cricket field, your basketball field, you have that. Rice field, corn field. What are those fields? Field is where you engage in an action and get a result out of it. They also, what is your field of profession? What do you mean by that? Are you going and you are cultivating something? Are you a farmer or something? No. I mean software field, engineering field, meaning a place of action, a area of activity. So an area of activity is where you engage and derive the maximum result out of your engagement or your work. In the same way, he says, this body is a field in which you engage in your karma. Because before you engage in the world outside, your thoughts have been engaging in this field. Body, mind and intellect. As Gurudev would say, this body, mind, intellect is a field. Kshetram. And he says, going further, he says, Idam shariram kaunteya kshetram, yedatyo veti, he who knows that field, kshetrajna, the knower of the field. One who uses that field, one who dwells in that field. And immediately after that he says, kshetrajna, the one who is engaging in the field called body, mind, intellect, kshetrajnam chapi, Mam Vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu. That one who is using the body, mind, intellect as you, as me, as her, the one who is there engaging in this field, indwelling, being present in that field is me. Krishna says it is me. In all fields. Everyone. Whether it is sinner or a saint. Whether he is an intelligent or an idiot, whether he is an educated or unlettered. In all people, whether human or otherwise, animals, plants, all living beings, the fields are different, but the one who is operating in that field is me. Sarva Kshetreshu. So that means my mind, my intellect, my body is not like your mind and your intellect, your body. You behave differently, your ambitions are different, your goal is different, your thoughts are different, your desires are different, your habits are different than me, than anybody else. So the uniqueness in you is your body, mind, intellect, and mine is my body, mind, intellect. And that is not God, that is not Krishna. He says the one who is behind that. Just like if this bulb is 30 watt, another bulb is 50 watts, third one is 100 watt, but the current, the power that is passing through is the same. Because of the 50 watt, that filament can only express that much and not beyond that, it has a limitation. Another one is 100, only that much it can. Another is 1000, only that much it can. But the power, there is no limit. If you have a doubt, put your hand and see that. You will know. So in the same way, body, mind, intellect, equipments are limited, but the one who is operating through that is an unlimited presence. And that is me. So, aham atma sarvabhuteshu. Ishvaraha sarvabhuta atma. The self of all living beings is me. The Ishvaraha, he says. And I alone support this. Make it happen. Sarva Adhara. When one realizes this, and then looks at this world, who is here? It is the Lord who is dwelling as you, as me, as she, as another cat or a buffalo or a rat or anything, any living being. Knowing this, an individual who engages in kalyane sarva bhutana, doing the best to make as many people happy, helping as many living beings in this world, in that ratihi, engages with and enjoys it. Kalyane sarva bhutanam ratihi bhaktir madottama. That is called highest devotion. So now, here very clearly it says, devotion is not a ritual, please. Unfortunately, we are seeing devotion only as an action. It is not an action. It is an attitude of the right nature. Unfortunately, what we see in the Hindu tradition is, in the name of the temple, they do all sort of things, but they totally neglect taking care of the people. They come to the temple all right, they do the puja all right, they do the rituals all right, but what is in turn that they are helping to the society? What way they are helping? That is to be questioned. Kalyana of the people, the welfare of the people is a responsibility of religious teachers. Religion has to take care of the society, not ruin it. In the form of division and in segmentation and the caste system and all sort of division, only creating havoc. Real devotion is where you start seeing the presence of the Lord in all living beings, irrespective of caste, color, creed, religion, all those things. So going to a temple and worshipping already is to reinforce this idea. Today also morning in one satsang I was telling them, hey, make your child go to a school. And in the school, as he goes to the first grade, goes and sits there, the teacher comes there. All of you brought your books? Yes. Keep your books on the table. Yes, all of them keep the table. Now, let us do puja to those books. Next to 10 years. Do you think after the 10 years of time, that boy has anyway improved in any manner? At the end of 10 years, you ask him, what is A stand for, what is A, what is B? He has not even learnt the alphabet. Why? Because he never opened the book to read it, to understand, to apply. A temple is a place where you no doubt go and worship the Lord, but reinforce the thought that I am that. And I have to behave like one. That opening up of that understanding takes place, once it takes place, that the Lord whom I am worshipping in the temple as the Supreme Presence there, He is present in all beings. I should serve. That is what is referred as true devotion. Ishvara sarva bhutatma sarva dharopi vai tatah kalyane sarva bhutanam ratihi bhaktir matottama. That's why Ramana Maharshi also said, Jagada Ishadi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bha Deva Pujanam. What is Deva Pujanam? Jagata Ishadihi. The Jagat is nothing, the world is nothing but the Lord. Iti Yuktaha, Di Yuktaha. Understanding this, Sevanam. Serving. Sarva Bhutanam Kalyani. Make sure that you as a devotee of the Lord, true devotee of the Lord, must be a servant of the Lord, servant of the world. To be available for people, to serve whomever comes to you, or you go and help whomever you can. In whatever way, it's not necessarily money. Make yourself available to the people. Make yourself, your time available. At least to your own people at home. It's not anybody else. To your own children, your family, you must be making available. Don't say, I'm busy making money. Make yourself available. At least that much of devotion. to your own people. And then go on expanding it. So, now how do you prove, as he writes in his commentary, how do you prove that the Lord's presence is there in everything? In what way it is expressed? Now you see, any moment of my wakeful existence, the one thing which is continuously I am aware of is I am. Isn't it? Whether I am here, whether I am there, whether I am in my room, whether I am outside in the parking lot, if I am driving, I am working, wherever I am, one thing which is continuously present in me, which whether I am noticing or not, is I am. Aham asmi. That very presence which is called the self-existence, that is the presence of the Lord. Presence of the Lord is not Shankachakra Gadapani, 4-handed, 5-handed. No. It is that pure awareness of existence. Existence awareness. Aham asmi. That is the presence of the Lord. In all living beings, whether they express it in the form of words or not, there is a constant awareness in a plant also, without which it will not seek the sunlight. Whether it's a bird or an animal, any other form of living beings, all living beings are blessed with this one thing, I am. That awareness, that existence, that presence is what is called God's presence. You can never be, even if you are not paying attention to it like in your sleep, you are. So in Vedanta we say that very awareness in the form of I am, whether expressed or not, known or not, paid attention or not, is always there. That holy presence within me is what is referred as the Lord's presence, Ishvara, Sarva Bhutatma. No, but not all of them can comprehend this very easily. And that is the way we say there are different levels of bhakti, uttama bhakti, madhyama bhakti and adhama bhakti. The highest form of devotion, mediocre and low level of devotion. The highest form of devotion is where an individual is constantly aware of the fact that the Lord is present in each one of us as one's own pure existence. Because of which body could function, mind can function, intellect can function. So Swamiji writes, he whose love for the Lord is unconditional and he serves the people, whoever it be. Kalyane Sarva Bhutana, Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti. That is called highest form of devotion. So all saints worth the name in this world, in the past also, you will see, saints are those who never discriminated based upon caste, color, creed or sex or religion, faith. They worked for them. Out of love for the Lord, they served everybody. They continuously lived an inspiring life, making everybody turn their attention towards the Lord and Lord alone. As Swamiji also quotes here from Bhagavatam, he says that Brihaspati, the Lord, Prajapati, he in fact told Narada, a great devotee of Lord Narayana, he told him, Yatandranam Bhagavati Dridam Bhaktir Bhavishyati Sarvatmani Agiladare Iti Sankalpya Varnaya. Go out into the world, O Narada, and teach one thing. What? That the Lord is present in everybody's heart as their own being. Yata Nrunam Bhagavati Drida Bhaktir Bhavishyati Sarvatmani Agiladare. As a self, as a support of the entire world, iti sankalpya, understanding this, varnaya, go and explain this to the world. That the Lord is never depriving anybody from His presence. He is present in all. Go this and teach that as bhakti. That is true bhakti. That is true devotion. This is uttama bhakti. What is madhyama bhakti? So madhyama is where An individual understands that God is there and loves the Lord and the devotees of the Lord only. That is Madhyama. He cannot go on serving everyone as the Lord's presence. He only does to the Lord which he chooses to worship and the devotees of that Lord. Adhama, the lowest form, is stuck to one form. Only that and nothing else. Everybody is killing. Only this is right. Whatever I am worshipping is the only one. So, stuck to a form, an icon, a mere idealistic idol representation. Only that one is interested in and nothing else he would say, and even if the people around him are suffering, he doesn't even pay attention to them. Indifferent. That is called a narrow-pointed, fanatic kind of love, which is lowest form of devotion. So, no doubt, at least one should start from there. Instead of not believing in anything, at least start from something which you come to identify as God, worship there. But don't get stuck there. Move on. To start reading the glory of the Lord and then understand the devotion and then start understanding the devotee's heart. And then move on to understand that in everyone it is the same Lord who is present. Whether it's a criminal or a saint. In all of them, it is the Lord who is present there. Continuing, he says, we have time. Let us see. Vishayeikaspita saktihi dharma vijnana nashini anartakarini hesha Heya Shreyorti Sada. Ekastita Vishaya Asakti. Vishaya Ekastita Asakti. Asakti, as I told you, attachment to one particular thing that I told, an icon, an idealistic representation. Only that. Or it can be any attachment to anything which is exclusive. Loving one thing is attachment. Loving everything is called devotion here. I am getting stuck to only one thing. Vishaya ekaspita bhaktihi. And what does it do? Dharma vijnana nashini. It destroys your dharma. It destroys your wisdom. Because when a person is attached to one thing, he becomes so preoccupied with that, possessive of that, feeling insecure in its absence, feeling hateful of anything else which is trying to take over. Most of the usual story of every movie we see that is attachment. Triangle love, isn't it? I am in love with her, you better don't love her. What happens if you I will kill you, destroy you. It can be a person, it can be a particular objective. So, Vishaya ekaspita bhaktihi. An individual cannot live without attachment. It is impossible. That attachment, when it is refined, it becomes devotion. When it is unrefined, it becomes an attachment to a particular thing, a person, or maybe a profession, or maybe a concept, an ideology. Vishaya ekaspita bhaktihi dharma vijnana nashini. And therefore he cautions anartakarini esha. It is indeed most dangerous to an individual. Heya shreya artibihi. Therefore, those who are truly seeking one's own true growth, by them, heya, to be given up, abandoned. So, love for a particular thing and leaving all other things aside and sometimes becoming hateful of all other things, That is not going to take you anywhere, because that will surely destroy your integrity, dharma, and destroy your wisdom for sure. Dharma vijnana nashini. Anarthakarini, it only brings calamity in your life. Therefore, heya shreyartibhihi sada. Therefore, men who seek the true welfare of oneself should surely give up this. So, develop the true devotion. That is the very purpose here we are talking about. As I said from the very beginning itself, it is called Jnani Bhakta, Jnana Sahita Bhakta, and the devotion which is endowed with the true knowledge. It is not just a mere emotional attachment or a ritual or mere fancy of the mind. It is a true understanding that born out of which when there is love, that is called Jnana. Jnani Bhakta. We'll see more of it in the next session. Kids are coming? Wait. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Next week we have Shivaratri celebration, as you all know. Please understand. Oh, is it not Swamiji we are worshipping an idol there? Yes. The intention is to worship the Lord in some way or the other, so that we develop our love for the Lord who is present in all. Shiva is the auspiciousness, and all of us have this auspiciousness within us. And if you don't have that, you become suspicious. So this auspicious presence within is externally indicated in the form of a Shiva Lingam. The very word Lingam means iconic representation. More about it you may watch in my Ustream, I'm marketing. Ustream TV. I have explained the Lingashtakam in detail and all the Shiva Stotrams so far, at least 6-7 of them. You can watch it in your own home, ustream.tv, and go there and put CMLA there. So, the worship of the Lord, you can put it in your Android also, in your handheld mobile. So, worship of the Lord is to be undertaken as a starting point for a devotion to the ultimate. It has to begin somewhere, and most of us are in the beginning stage only. So the worship of a form is the method of transcending our mind to the formless. Like for example, when the children start learning A, B, C, D, is it not that they put the A and then the B? Now when you are saying A, B, C, D, are you taking A, B? No. When you are starting a language, when you speak a language, you don't now anymore remember the words, meaning the letters. Do you remember the letters while you are talking now? But in the beginning it says, is it not that a form A, is this A, and this is B, this is C? Why? Because that is how you start registering the sound. Once you start the language, then the words are no more in the form of a picture then. And you start language. In the same way, in the beginning stages of our devotion, we may require some external symbols. When the love has become so natural towards the Lord, then there is no necessary for any of the particular form. So we are all in the beginning stages only, most of us. So we need a particular form to worship. But don't get stuck there. One has to move on. So we will have puja for all of you will participate. Please come in traditional attire as much as possible. Don't come with the shirt which says kill me, destroy me. And the torn jeans up of the bodies. Don't come in that way. Just give respect to the decor of the place and the very purpose for which we are doing. So come with the proper dress, and we'll do the worship of the Lord. Please be here at least 5 minutes before 9 o'clock, so that the seating is in time, and then we can complete in time as well. Children will not be there, children will be in their class, so we will have the puja and arati, everything here, 9 to 10:30. So all are welcome to join. So that is on 19th. And as it has been announced, our sadhana camp, that is proposed to be held in PRC. Those who are interested, and your parents who are interested, please register them. For registration there is no fee, you just have to give the name. Once you register, then we will give more details. And if there is a minimum number is not there, we are not going to have that camp. That's simple as that. Nobody is putting pressure on us, you must have a camp under the gun. No, not really. If people are interested, we will have. Because anyway, I will be there in PRC for teaching the Humboldt University students for a few days there. So I will be there, going there that weekend. So as a part of that, I thought that if the elders are interested, they can be there. It's a beautiful place where we have our retreat center. So you are welcome. Please register before 15th of February. Now the 12th graders, please stand up so that they will know which line they are going to line up. You are the mentor for all those kids, okay? They look up to you as mentor. They are all called mentees. We will have some bhajans while they are assembling there. Please repeat after me. Yeah, but they have to bring it. Rama Raghava Jaya Sita Nayaka Rama Raghava Jaya Sita Nayaka Rama Raghava Rajiva Lochana Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rajiva Lochana Rama Kamita Phalada Karivarada Kamita Phalada Kalivarada Rama Raghava Jaya Sita Nayaka Rama Raghava Rajiva Lochana Kamita Phalada Karivarada Krishna Keshava Jaya Gopi Vallabha Krishna Keshava जय गोपी वल्लभा कृष्ण केशव अम्बुजलोचन कृष्ण केशव अम्बुजलोचन वाञ्छित फलदा कलिवरदा वाञ्छित फलदा कलिवरदा कृष्ण केशव
Hari Om, everyone. A couple of small announcements are we have our level 3 pranayama class that is going to be starting from March 3rd through March 31st.